10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, crypto heads! It's the Goose of the Cryptic Paranormal Show. And Heisenberg's trying to figure out his microphone.
Yep.
So here we are, another week, another show.
Another dollar.
Yeah, really?
Oh, you don't get paid for this?
I think it's the opposite.
Oh, then yes, never mind.
We pay to play. But yeah, here we are in the frozen tundra of Northeast Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing a little snowing and a little freezing outside.
That's right.
We've had it easy this year, though.
Yes,
we
have.
really have.
We have.
We've had nothing to complain about. It's going to be back up in the 50s, I think, by next week.
Yeah, I will still complain because that's every Ohioan's right to complain about the weather.
Right. Yeah, that's what we do. No matter what it is, if it's too hot, we complain. Some people complain if it's just right. It's either too cold or too hot at that point. I don't know, dude.
I like seeing those memes that'll say something about Ohio, but I'm pretty sure they have those for every state.
Yeah. I'm hearing something coming from somewhere else. Hello? Well, we got some of our crypto heads tuning in already. We got April Thomas. Hello. Thank you. She's been a big share of the show this week, and I want to thank her so much. So much. Thank you. Because right now I'm in Facebook jail.
And
I can't share anything to the group. So if you're watching and you're listening and you're sharing and you're watching us on Facebook, share to your group, share to your pages, help us out. Let's get some viewers in here tonight.
when do you get out of Facebook jail?
Not till next week, the 25th. And then I'm sure I'm going to share again and it's going to all go to hell again the minute because they think I'm spamming.
Yes, well, we are. We're spamming our crazy show.
It's driving me insane, but you know what? We have a lot of viewers. We appreciate that. And if you see me messing around with my phone, it's not because I'm disinterested in the show that I'm giving you.
I am.
It's because I'm online trying to get everything set up and everybody's sharing stuff. So what's up, Eddie? Mr. Eddie Pence, a good friend of ours.
The Santoris.
The Santoris are chiming in. Kathy, hello. We love you. Tony, we love you. Mom and Pop Santori. Who else we got here? There's Mama. But yeah, if you're online and you're watching us, share, please. Get the word out. We want as many viewers as possible.
Otherwise, we're just going to go home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, we'll be out.
It's cold.
But please, definitely share the show. We appreciate all the help. And so tonight, as you can see, we do not have a special guest, which we do from time to time. We just like to converse between all of us. And if you guys have questions, we'd like to answer questions. Tonight, we're bringing a subject. We've talked about it before. We've had a couple shows on it before, but it seems to be something of interest for everybody getting into ghost hunting, everybody in it who's been here doing this thing for a long time. We're going to talk about some of the equipment that we use. And I think maybe later on, maybe about the hour, 45 minute to an hour mark, we'll take a break. We're going to set up some of the equipment and we're going to try to broadcast some investigation here in the building because we think it's haunted. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, people have come here. They've seen things. They've heard things. I've seen that door shut by itself. It was wide open and it clicked all the way shut. The door in the front of the studio, the door in the front of the studio locked by itself. I did not lock it because I never lock it because I'm usually the first to arrive, and then
I show up.
Heisenberg's right after me.
Shows up 5 minutes before the show and was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, yeah. So it's an interesting place, and we've had mediums on the show. A friend of ours, Barb St. John, a good friend of ours, she did like a remote viewing. She called in and she felt a presence back by that door. So there's a haunt. There's a little bit of a history here, and from what I was told by the station manager, Steve Jones, or no, it was Steve Cross actually, the main man of the show before he had to go on a elongated hiatus. He told me that there was a guy who had a show here. He was in the studio. He was actually a full-time pastor at the time. I guess he used to be a wrestler at one point. There's a big picture of him in a wrestling outfit in the studio, actually in the back. And I guess from what I was told, he passed away in the office.
So if you guys are lucky, I'm going to drop an elbow on Ray tonight to bring him out.
Yeah, we might get a wrestling match going on. It'll be sweet. But yeah, so we definitely think the studio's haunted, but even out in the hallways.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk up and sometimes it just feels so heavy. You and Sean Gilmore from Indie the Abyss and one of our teammates on Dark Alley, you guys...
We did a little walk around.
Yeah, you guys did a little... You had something happen to you downstairs, to Sean, I guess, right?
Sean, yeah. Nothing ever happens to me.
Nice. But yeah, so we definitely think it's haunted. So we're gonna maybe do a little bit impromptu investigation after a break. As you can see next to me, actually you probably can't see next to me because I have the comments up. Right down in here, I have all kinds of equipment. We're gonna go through all that and just kind of talk about what we like to use. So it'll be pretty cool.
I can see it. Sorry guys, it's like with being on Facebook, there's a little bit of a delay. So Ray talks about something, and then like a couple of minutes later, it pops up on my thing.
Yeah. So I apologize for the slow start. Just trying to get this shared out so people can watch. Let's see here.
That was me. What was that group that you that like invited me?
That is a group that I started a long time ago.
Oh, really?
It's called the Historic Haunt Association. It's back when we started Anna Dean.
Oh, I thought everybody was like, "Thanks for the invite." I'll be like, I was going to give you a middle finger.
It's our group, dude. Come on.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the Historic Haunt Association. It's on Facebook. If you want involved, it's a really cool group. We've grown by like 200 members since last weekend. It's a cool little Facebook chat or group that I started.
Are we allowed to share to that one?
Yeah, that's the one that I can share to. And hopefully it helps with having quite a few followers on there. But hey, if anybody's actually, we're also broadcasting to YouTube, the RU Media YouTube station. So if you're on there, shoot us a comment, let us know you're there.
So the YouTube is live as well?
Yeah, we're live on the RU Media YouTube.
There you go, Sarah.
Yeah, oh, she has YouTube, so she can watch online. Cool. Well, there you go.
I don't know if she's on right now. She did text me saying she was going to get on here soon.
Oh, okay.
But yes, Sarah, you can watch it all happen on YouTube.
Nice. All right. I'm just sharing this out real quick. And then how was your week? Let's chat while I do this and
let's see.
Run the show. God damn it.
I don't get paid to run the show.
Nice.
Let's see. What did I do this weekend or this week? Well, Sarah came over and gave us a toy box. Sarah and her daughter Maddie came over. And then just chilled out Sunday.
Yeah.
And then the week that's the week, man.
I'm gonna just leave it up to the listeners to share because Heisenberg's thinking.
Yeah.
He's no help to me.
I am not.
See all this tech? I got to run it. I got to run the show.
He won't show me how to do it because he knows what will happen.
It'll blow up.
Exactly.
So let's get into what we were going to talk about tonight. we're both lead investigators with our group, Dark Alley Paranormal Northeast Ohio chapter,
Dapneo.
DAPNEO. There is another. The main chapter is down in Columbus. They were the
First.
original. They were the original group. They're still in operation. They still do a lot of investigations. Some of them do some lectures and events. And then we were with another group. Decided to leave that group for reasons we won't get into because we've talked about it probably a million times by now. And we joined Aaron Salzer, the founder of Dark Alley, invited us to start our own chapter, and we did, and we've been happy ever since. It's been quite a few years now.
Yeah,
I can't even remember. It's been so long.
we've had some turnover.
Yeah, we've had a few people come in and go, and
Couple jerks.
yeah, couple jerks. Yeah,
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Got
Ghost
Holly
Sister.
Miner on, one of our good friends.
Ghost Sister said, "Hey y'all, hey y'all."
Holly can actually watch tonight. That's awesome. You're en route to NOLA. I am jealous. Is Mardi Gras coming up?
Yeah, March.
Okay. Oh, well, I guess she's not going down for Mardi Gras. But enjoy, Holly. If you guys have any questions, let us know. But yeah, going back to Dark Alley. We started quite a few years ago. Not really. We didn't do too much of the residential case thing. We had a few. Didn't really lead anywhere. We get there and people would just either not be interested to move forward,
Or just wanted us to perform for them.
Yeah, we've had a couple where we went in and they invited friends and were drinking, and while we were trying to investigate, and it ended up being a ghost hunting party.
Yep. The only residential that you should feel free to charge for.
True. And I've talked about that with some other investigators. We don't charge for our services.
Nope.
We go in, we try to help that, and we get pleasure out of that. I mean, we like helping.
Yep.
But
if you want us to perform,
yeah,
it'll cost you.
Yeah, I mean that would help. That would help raise funds for the group for trips and stuff. But
especially if you get Ray and I, we're like, like I said, we're the co-leads, and we charge a little bit more. But
yeah, we charge a little bit more for because it's a pain in the ass to even try to investigate.
Well, there's just no investigating going on.
No, they're hollering and hooting, hollering and drinking and having a good time, and we're trying to gather evidence and document activity, and it's just not happening.
Yeah,
too loud, too much going on. So yeah, we don't charge though. There's been a group on Facebook floating around that have posted like an advertisement with all their prices for different services they charge.
Ooh,
and it's caused an uproar in the community.
Do they clean the house?
They cleanse the house.
No,
they don't clean the house.
Nope.
There is a difference.
Yep.
They don't come in and do your laundry, your dishes, and mop the floor. They come in and cleanse.
Well, they can fuck off then.
Oh, shots fired.
Trying to get my hair shame going.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I mean, it's bullshit. You shouldn't charge for this. I mean, we don't, and especially, I mean, most of the groups out there, they don't really have like the proper non-profit organization paperwork. They're not really certified. Nobody's certified in this business. If you say you are, you're full of shit. You just bought a whatever. All you do is you buy a certificate off of line for like $50.
You don't even have to buy it. I can print you one.
Yeah, you can print it out.
10.
Yeah, get out your print shop, pull out the dot matrix
Yep.
computer, right? But yeah, we've been around a while. We've been doing in the past just some major ghost hunts. We've been to Trans Allegheny, Mansfield Prison. We've been to Moundsville,
Prospect Place.
Prospect. We've been to quite a few of the bigger.
Hinsdale.
Waverly Hill,
Madison, y'all.
Madison, which is like the Madison show.
Yes.
Pennhurst was a good one. So we've been good places. We've been to some not so good places. And this year we're starting to get into residentials. We actually are working on a case right now, which I got to talk to you about later. We don't
discuss it on the air.
We don't discuss that on the air, but just to prove a point, we have started residentials.
Not my forte, but
yeah, That's what we
We have
have.
a nice group now that we can.
Yeah, we have a really good group of people now. We
Yeah,
got Sean Gilmore we brought in. He's a member of ours now, and he's kind of taking the reins on the residential cases. I sat in on a interview with him the other day, and it was interesting.
Him and Aaron, right?
Yeah, Aaron Brutton. Those two guys are kind of like the lead interviews. Sean is running the residential part of the group. He's got
segment.
segment, chapter, whatever you want to call it, department.
There you go. He's got the residential department.
Yeah. So
I've been housewares.
You're in housewares. The one for cheese and lingerie. So it's been an interesting year. It's kind of almost like a rebuilding year for us.
Yes.
More like we're actually getting organized and getting. Yeah, Sean, you were off, man. Why didn't you come, dude? Hop in your car and come. Just come on over, man. If you're not doing anything, coming in.
That's what she said.
Let's see what Holly just said something here.
She said they party all month long.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's a place I've never been and would love to go.
Yeah, I've never been there either.
NOLA, New Orleans. It's just it's an amazing city.
All right. We all got to stop with this abbreviation.
What's that?
Like NOLA. New Orleans,
Louisiana. All right, sorry. I just assumed you would know.
Well, I knew what it was.
But yeah, we've been doing it around, and we're starting in residentials. So the equipment that we use is becoming a bigger part of what we do. Like when we go to the big locations, we usually start with whatever we can haul with us. We're not one of those groups that sets up a DVR system and like 5 million cameras.
We did that, and that was suck.
Yeah,
it took all the time and all the fun out of it. Kind of.
I mean, you'd get there. Okay, a lot of places you don't get to start until later in the evening. For instance, Moundsville, you can't even start until midnight. And
yes, I remember that.
Now. Yeah, and you get there, it's already late. You just want to get investigating. But some people, we tried a few times running DVR equipment, and it takes an hour at least just to get everything set up.
Because I take 3 smoke breaks.
Yeah,
and I take a smoke break after I'm done.
Right? Yeah, because we're a slow group. We like to enjoy ourselves, but we like to. We don't use that kind of equipment anymore. We don't really set up recorders, digital voice recorders like we used to and let them run. If we let them run, it's usually no longer than about 10-15 minutes. Because our theory kind of is it's really hard to take all your files later on and review all of the audio. And unless you're taking really good notes throughout the whole evening.
I used to.
Yeah. And like marking every little thing down, and you can't trust as much as you point it out to the team. If you make a noise, tag yourself to say, hey, that was me, or whatever, that was Ray. People just don't. I mean, it gets 3:00 in the morning, you forget.
Yeah.
Your stomach's rumbling because you ate too much pizza at a break, or whatever, and you just forget. And it's really hard to sit there later on, a couple of days later, and just remember everything.
Right. I mean, we used to let them run for a while, and then I forgot my voice recorder at Emmett House one day, and it recorded for 8 hours. And I listened to all that, and that was the last time I ever did a long one.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God. Because it was 8 hours of nothing.
Right. It takes forever. And sorry, I got sidetracked.
That's all right.
Kenny Irish, hello, sir. Thank you very much. He's a good friend of the show.
Is he a Bigfoot guy?
Oh, I think so. I think
I see his stuff on there. That's why.
Yeah.
See, Wooliver's watching.
Wooliver's always watching.
Yeah, he is.
Speaking of Wooliver, they're going to be calling into the show. Dave Wooliver, and the station manager, production manager, the bigwig of RU Media. He and Eric McGill from Resident Undead are both going to be guests, not next week, but the week after, because they got their new documentary series, Our Haunted Minds, coming out. It's going to be a really cool show. I'm not going to give too much about it away tonight, but they're going to be on the show live and talking about it's going to be coming out pretty soon.
See, I would give everything away. That's why they don't trust me with information. They don't trust me with the equipment. They don't trust me with information.
D Nice is on. What's up, D Nice? She says, "Oh, the boss is watching." Yeah, we don't care. He ain't the boss of nobody.
He can watch all he wants. He's never gonna come to the studio.
Yeah,
He's never gonna find me.
right. Hello, Mr. Joe Pieri. He's also going to be on in March, so stay tuned for that. He was on Into the Abyss last night. Great guy, a lot of knowledge, and runs his own paranormal store.
Paranormal store.
Yeah. So he'll be on. Joe, actually, if you're listening, if you want to share a link here, we'll share it out. Get people interested. Get up there to visit the store. The Nice says, "What's up?"
The unit. Denise.
So yeah, as far as the equipment now, we just kind of whatever we can carry. Yeah, what he's showing there, voice recorder.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's our go-to. And when we got new people coming in, they ask like, what should I get for equipment? Should I get this? Should I get that? Should I get an expensive camera?
We tell them to get all the expensive stuff that we can't buy.
Yeah, we tell them to get everything that's at least $500 or more that we can't afford.
And you have to give it to us.
And that's how you get into the group. And then we use it. You cannot touch it from that point on. No. Flashlight and voice recorder.
And I don't even carry a flashlight half the time.
Yeah. Right. We like it to be dark. And actually, I've noticed like it doesn't matter how dark it is. Eventually your eyes adjust. So like you pick up the light where you need to pick it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just roll with whatever we have that we can carry. Since we're talking about voice recorders. I get a lot of questions about what kind of voice recorder you should use. And all I can tell you is just buy a general voice recorder. What kind do you have?
I have the Olympus.
Yeah, and that's
EN81000.
You don't have to read that model. That's
digital voice recorder. It's got stop. Yeah. It's got record.
Yeah.
It's got erase.
Right.
It's got scene.
Nice.
It's got a plus sign. It's got a minus sign.
Okay.
It's got
volume, bro. Volume.
Oh.
Yeah, and actually that's all I use. I use these Olympus recorders.
Mm-hmm.
Get that a little bit closer. This is an older one.
Yeah, this is an older one too.
Yeah, this doesn't even have like the fancy USB plug-in.
I got a USB plug-in.
Yeah, see,
I don't know where that's at, but I got one.
On this one, this is probably of all my Olympus recorders, this probably is the one that I've caught the most interesting EVPs on. This is one I've been using since day one.
Olympus recorder, catching the dead since 1973.
Dude, we should get money for that.
No shit, that's why I just did it. Olympus.
Olympus. I don't see you doing too much good business anymore with Sony and Samsung kind of beating you out. We'll bring you back. So I got this one. This is a really good one. It's the VN-7200. Very easy to use. You can use it in the dark. By the 5 minutes, you're used to it. Then I have a little bit more of an expensive one. This actually has a plug-in so you can actually download everything to your computer. But the thought process is the same. It's actually no better or worse than the last one. But for some reason, I don't use it as much. Just because you have a bunch. If you have I have 5 different voice recorders, and I always use the one Olympus that I just showed you, the old black one. This is a decent one.
I have a Sony one in there. And that's
there.
what Kate usually uses.
Doesn't matter if I have a flashlight, I will walk into a wall in broad daylight in any way. Hey, we got Donna Abbott.
You know what, Holly? It's probably better just to walk into the wall.
Right? And then we got Donna Abbott chiming in from YouTube. Our first YouTube viewer. Hello, Donna. I haven't seen you on Facebook, but thank you for tuning in on YouTube. That's pretty awesome. It's kind of cool to have that. Let's see. Denise says she carries 5 recorders at all times.
Well, that's D-Nice.
D-Nice.
She is prepared at all times.
And then Joey Pieri. I thought it just showed. Oh, I took it down already. Look for voice recorders that have very few filters. Correct.
I like my voice recorders white, noisy, and dirty.
No. We got Jessica Bias from the Paranormal Soapbox with Justin Brown. Hello.
So here's the other ones we have.
Yeah, these are the more fancy ones.
We got a Zoom H2N.
Oh, flashlights. She doesn't have 5 recorders. She has 5 flashlights.
Well, that makes more sense.
That makes more sense for Denise.
The H2N handy recorder. This was a very expensive one, but we hardly use this one. We use it a lot of times. If we're going to use it, we're like in a situation that like there's a lot of contamination from outside or something.
Right.
We'll run this because this will pick up everything. So we match it up to see how that how it works out. And if there's something that's contaminating.
Yeah.
Now these are pretty, really sensitive, so I usually carry them on these little tripods actually.
Yeah, and I would suggest that if you have the ability to carry a voice recorder on a tripod, definitely use one. Just a little, like, what costs you like $10?
Yeah, I mean that probably.
Yeah, they're cheap little things, but they help you not, because if you, especially something that sensitive.
Yeah, you're like walking with this.
If you're walking with
holding it, you're gonna.
The minute you like even adjust your finger just a little bit, it's gonna sound like a demon is trying to possess you through the recorder.
Yes. yes, it will.
Holly says she has the Ghost Stop voice recorder watch. Holly, I got one of those too, and it broke because my fat wrist it wouldn't fit on my fat wrist. So I don't know.
Olympus beating out Zoom since 1972.
The Zooms have a purpose. They're great for control recording.
Yes.
Like we said, if we ever figure out how to actually use them properly, you can figure out which direction.
I figured that out.
Have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear what direction. It's just
okay, cool.
I usually have it on the all.
I gotcha.
But yeah, you can adjust it to 2-channel or.
Yeah, and these were originally designed for recording studios.
Yeah, like we should use it here.
Yeah, right. And then what's the other one?
A Q2 HD Zoom. This one's got a camera on it.
Yeah. It's kind of useless in the dark.
Yes. I was a little bit upset with that.
Yeah.
I even tried to put a light on top of it. Didn't work out very well. But these are the ones, if we're gonna like take out contamination, like we want to make sure that we are having, everything, and we can sync it up to see if there's that was a truck that went outside or something, or there was the reason why it was a semi and it was making the table vibrate, and that's why we heard that, or so that's good. We'd use that for that, but we don't use them that often.
No, like I said, we use them. I mean, they'd be good for residentials, probably for like a control recording, and just maybe leave the house for a couple minutes and let it run.
Yeah.
Because those things could pick up a cockroach fart from a mile away. They're really, really sensitive. And it's almost overly sensitive, and they're hard to use. So
they are hard to use.
We don't use them too much. Some other recording devices that we use. We've used our phones. When in doubt, use the voice recorder on your phone.
Not the greatest, but
not the greatest. We've tried the voice to text, where you could actually see what the words are coming through.
And it gets you excited because it'll have like little dots, like it's trying to formulate something.
Yeah, the little 3 dots where it's kind of blinking off and on.
And then there's nothing.
Right. Yeah, it's not the best, but I mean, if you're just starting out and you're doing like a public ghost hunt and you don't have equipment, maybe just a flashlight, just pull it out. I mean, you never know. I've heard recordings from people that just were recording on their cell phone.
We're not that lucky.
Well, everybody's heard of the Panasonic DR60. That's the old silver one that they don't sell anymore. They actually discontinued because it didn't work properly.
Yeah, so there's a split down the paranormal community with these DR60s as well.
A lot of people use them, and I've heard like legit EVPs coming over.
I've heard, but it's hard.
It's hard, and sometimes there's the audio pixelation, audio pareidolia, whatever you want to call it, where you're hearing like the static kind of form sounds. We're not 100% believers. Main point is
we don't know how to use them.
No, you just push record. I mean, they're pretty easy, pretty simple to use. But the main point is you can't buy one unless you're willing to spend about $2,000 on freaking eBay. And a lot of time, I've heard a lot of people have spent that money, got them, and they only work for like a week, and then they're trash. But these are newer versions, upgraded versions. This is the QR80, and I have the QR200. Same process. They're just a little bit cleaner. They're not as white noise sensitive. They record on a different frequency.
eBay screwing people over since the 90s. I'm doing commercials today.
Yeah. And this Panasonic here was $200. I mean, and it's not even the DR60. But I have recorded the best audio I've ever recorded in my life on this, and it wasn't like the audio pixelation. It was not. It was a straight voice. You could definitely tell it was a female. Basically telling me she was so effing bored. And then, are you waiting for your girlfriend? It all came through, and it was like, holy shit. I actually didn't hear it at first. I was playing it back. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get anything on this. And Tony Santori is the one who heard it.
Oh,
he's like, dude, go back. And I played it back. I'm like, holy shit. I almost missed this. Like,
where was that at?
That was at Farnham Manor in Richfield, Ohio, or Brecksville. It's like right on the Richfield-Brecksville border. Great old mansion out in that area. Right in the Metro Parks area. Really cool old historical mansion. A lot of history there. Very, very active. But yeah, I mean, those are basically, I have like one more Olympus. It's actually a little bit more updated than this. I don't know where it's at, but it's one of those where you can like listen to the recording through headphones and it's like live.
Oh, the voice, not voice activated, but the real time.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool because you can, like, there's little sound bars on it where you can actually see, like, if it's real quiet and you hear a noise or whatever, maybe it's a noise you can't audibly hear, but it picks up on the recorder. You see the fluctuation in the sound wave.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. But I don't know, if people ask me all the time, like, what should I get? What recorder do you suggest? And I'm like, just get an Olympus that records. It doesn't have to break the bank. It can be a $15, $20 recorder.
I see the new ones. They're kind of nice, a little bit. Not, I don't know if they're Olympus, but they kind of, you just push up the record. But I think I would keep pushing that by accident.
Your recorder, your microphone's going in and out. What's up, Vicky? Hello.
In and out. There we go.
Donna Abbott asked a good question. Let's see here. How about apps on phones? Any good ones, or are they just fake?
My opinion.
You know what's coming. You know what's coming on that one.
Most are fake.
Yeah, most are just trash for fun. The Ghost Radar, it was fun to play with. They have like Ovilus on or apps and all this kind of thing, but they don't work.
All right, here's the thing: is like I know you guys have noticed this. You'll be talking about something, and all of a sudden it pops up on your Facebook feed, right?
Right.
You're just talking about it. So I feel like those apps, if they are kind of into that same thing, could just, answer your questions for you.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're pre-programmed word banks that just random, and there very well could be some kind of algorithm programmed in to pick up keywords that you're asking and just respond in kind with some word that they have recorded.
That you said something that like tricked that clicked that word.
Yeah, right. So I mean, it's Vicky agrees. She says yes. So stay away from the apps. I mean, I'm not saying I am saying just stay away from the apps. A lot of them you pay quite a bit for it, $25. Some of them are monthly charge. There's only one. I guess I'll take that back for one instance. There's one app that I do like playing with.
Is it
and I can't remember the name of it.
Windows 10 thing or the Windows
it's
one?
Only on Windows. Phasma Box. It's it's like a digital. And I don't suggest running out because it's like
you still have to be careful with that.
Yeah, you still because it's still kind of a word bank thing, but it's supposedly it's just like a spirit box where instead of actual radio waves, it's going through digital radio stations, and it's got the pre-filter. And we've had stuff at Madison. We've heard, we've had interactions. People have interacted with. All right.
No.
For those familiar with Madison Seminary history, we've had interactions with Elizabeth Stiles, one of the spirits that resides there. She was the Civil War hero. We've had interesting things come through, but can we back it up 100%? Absolutely not. I mean, honestly, if we go through all this equipment, we can't really back anything up 100%. But
except the Olympus,
the Olympus
catching ghosts since 1972. I don't even know where I came to that year. I made that year up, guys. I don't know how long.
1962.
1972.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're at least consistent.
Yeah. In the 60s, they probably did have Olympuses, but they were the size of this room.
Oh yeah, right.
You don't know what I said.
And,
So-
and I actually,
Donna, yeah,
yep.
that's our opinion. Now, some people might have the same differing opinion, and those people would be wrong.
And our soul sister Zarina Crow from the Into the Abyss podcast is saying hello, goos. We love you. Great show last night. If you guys don't watch Into the Abyss with Sean and Zarina, you need to. It was a great show with Joe Puri last night. And Holly Monitor says Zert uses 10,000 chopped up audiobooks. Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, it really could.
I like that theory, actually.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it could very well be that. We don't know. If you want to download a free one and just mess around with it, whatever, you do what you want to do. But
Yeah, me and Miranda, like I said, we actually tested
We've
them.
done them and tested them here on the show, and yeah, needless to say, they were shit.
Yeah, there's one that did that would use something other than microjoule, whatever and you had to do an equation,
right,
and like a math book,
right,
a calculator.
But yeah, so that's what we use in an investigation for voice recorders. I mean, we have all different. I actually have a magnetic tape recorder, the old style, just the big bulky thing. I'd love to get one of those shoebox recorders.
I don't know what
try it
that
out.
is.
The big like old big boxy looking ones from
Gotcha.
Radio Shack.
Boombox.
God rest your soul, Radio Shack. Yeah, boombox. No, just the big ones.
Oh.
Remember when we had this little kid, a Fisher Price recorder?
Yes, the boombox
I've
with
seen
the
that
turbo
meme everywhere.
bass.
Right. Holly Miner said she read the manual from the creator. Okay. Holly Miner is well versed.
From the
She
creator.
knows her shizzle. There she is. But yeah, as far as voice recorders, don't break the bank. Just buy one, see what you like. Make sure it's not make sure it's, I don't know, newer, but not. You don't have to buy the $300 recorders to catch EVPs.
No, you do
I
not.
spent maybe, I think, $30 on this one.
Yeah,
At the time, that was years ago.
I think mine was around 30.
Right. So moving on from recorders, some of the things that we use as well are different styles of EMF detectors or readers. Or you have the Melmeter. We use those. We don't generally use them as a lot of people you see on TV now use them as a way of communicating with spirit.
This has never gone off one time, but one time is the only time this thing has ever gone off.
Yeah, because it is the type with the antenna that's kind of like the REM pod setup where
Here, I'll show you.
if you lift, if it comes in with a certain sending it up. Does you remember? It works now. Cool.
Oh shit! What did I just do? See?
Yeah.
So this thing is supposed to, I'm not touching it.
Mhm.
Well, I am a little bit, but this thing's supposed to go off. If anybody gets into that. So basically this range right here, if there is a ghost that's in this measurement right here, between my fingers, then it'll go off. Now, I have never read the manual on this. So I'm not really sure if I'm using it right. Now,
Nice.
it's got a shadow detector on it too. And that needs the light to be on, but and it needs another light source. But what we use this one for is kind of like a baseline thing. This is good at going through and seeing if there is like open ground wire or just bad plugs, bad anything, bad electric. So this is where that kind of comes in handy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good piece of equipment, and we've found like where there's locations of faulty electrical in walls that are emitting such a big EMF field and causing people to feel lightheaded and dizzy and sick. And if they don't understand that, then they think that there's something otherworldly going on.
Right now, see, everything's well grounded in here, 0.0.
Yep. Which is amazing because there's a lot of electrical equipment in here.
Yeah. Usually it's the light switches that give it off. But my temperature thing broke, but I can get another one of those. Oh, see, the light switch, very little, 0.1.
Right.
So I want to tell you guys how pissed off I get when I'm watching these Ghost Hunter shows and this son of a bitch is going off when they're asking stupid questions. I'm just like, that is not possible.
Yeah. We've had a cat play with it.
Seriously, we did.
At the Knickerbocker Hotel.
Yep.
Was very playful, like, because there is a story at the Knickerbocker Hotel of a spirit cat.
Mm-hmm.
And there has been several besides that. It was actually in the room where it's been caught, like kind of like a transparent shadowy figure, very much the outline of a cat. People have caught it on the live video feed from there that's like playing 24/7. And I was with I don't know if you were there or not. It was one of the Glenn White
I was there, one of them.
Seance ghost hunt things. Ghost hunt.
That was right when the toy moved.
Yeah, there was a toy in the room that we were like across the hall from where we had the activity with that. And when we were leaving, one of the guides for the public hunt said, if there is a cat spirit here, we're going to go downstairs. Here's the toy if you want to play with it a little bit. Awesome. We all went downstairs. Nobody went back up while we were taking a break. When we came back up, we were one of the first groups back up. That toy was in another room, the room where we were getting hits on that.
Yeah. And see, like I said, I get so mad when they see those go off on those Ghost Hunter shows because this is very easy to manipulate.
Yes, correct. It is.
Like I can make this go off with just a walkie-talkie.
Right. Yeah. You can just any kind of
I point
radio,
the walkie-talkie at it, and this thing goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
actually, if you ever saw the Ghosting with the Goose parody video, the scene where I'm sleeping and there's all the EMF detectors and everything laying around.
This one was there, right? You borrowed it for that.
Yeah.
He broke
actually
my
had a
walkie-talkie
walkie-talkie underneath the table where I was pretending to sleep as I was trying to investigate.
He was really sleeping.
Yeah, I was actually asleep. I'm well known for that. I was pushing the walkie-talkie button underneath it and it actually set off all the EMF detectors that were on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be really careful with the EMF detectors. I even have the old white one that they used to sell. Like even back in the day, it was only like $11. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. It's called the Elf Zone. It was like just a rectangular, little boxy, just said Elf Zone. It was an EMF detector, but it worked. It was just 3 lights. It was green, red was when it like you were a field that was dangerous, and like a yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Green was baseline 0, yellow there was a fluctuation, red was a spike. But it worked. But it also was one of those things that even if you just shook it a little bit, it would go off. So not very reliable.
I mean, I could shake that and get a high EMF detection too.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we got Columbus representative with Big Lee.
Oh, nice.
He's watching. My
Mr. Biggs.
My brother's wife says she's watching.
Oh, cool.
Well, it says it, but
awesome. Good job. If you guys are watching, get it shared, please. I cannot share to any groups. I want some viewers in here.
But the Columbus is represented.
Another.
Tell my brother I said hi.
Another EMF detector we like to use is this EDI device. Now, it's starting to be on the shows. Ghost Hunters uses it a lot now. I've been using it before they did. Just saying.
I can verify that.
It's the EDI research device. It is an EMF detector. with an audible speaker, an audible alarm. You can actually hear it going off now because I'm close to the microphone. And so yeah, it's going crazy by the computer. Very sensitive. It also has a digital temperature gauge, and that's the ambient temperature. That's not a surface temperature. That's the temperature of the room. As you can see, it's 78, and it feels every bit of 78 in here. It's hot. They got the heater going.
There's a heater in here?
Well, that keeps the fan. It just keeps the air circulating, and the heater is right below it.
Oh, I just thought the air conditioner was the only thing in here.
Right. And then on the bottom there is a geophone. So anytime there's a vibration that actually measures, well, doesn't measure, but
That's what ET uses to call home.
yeah, it measures vibration in the surface. So it's a great device, and we've had good. I will admit, we do interact with this because it does. It's very easy for a spirit with energy to manipulate, and we've set it up, and we use it for baseline readings like it should be used for.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see it going crazy it'll pick up any electronic,
which is weird because mine was right there,
right?
And I got nothing.
Right. Maybe that's just crap. Maybe you got a bad millimeter.
Well, Todd said he could reconfigure it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, or recalibrate it.
Gotcha. But yeah, there is actually an upgraded version of this. That is the one that they use on the Ghost Hunter show. It actually measures barometric pressure. And actually, you can download it as well to your computer and analyze all your every EMF spike or barometric and kind of match it up to, if you're keeping notes, match it up to a time where you might be having activity in any location that you're at.
I think my dad's building me a Tesla radio.
Oh, dude, Tesla radio would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, for EMF detectors, that's basically what we use. It's kind of mine and Mike's thing. I'm pretty sure Sean has one or two.
Mm-hmm.
Millimeters or whatnot. And but yeah, basically they're just used to find baseline readings, like if we're going into residential or any location of where people say there's activity, but just to kind of cross check to make sure there's no electrical issues or any kind of conduit that's not insulated with electrical running through it. We'll put out a pretty heavy EMF. Be careful at home, because if anybody still uses alarm clocks, don't keep it by your head, because it'll mess with you. That puts off a crazy EMF.
Yeah, they'll wake you up.
Oh, it's an alarm clock. It's supposed to. That's what it's designed to.
Yeah,
but it will cause you to wake up with headaches. It'll cause horrible nightmares, and it's just all because the EMF is leaking out of it.
And because you have to wake up.
If you're super
at
sensitive,
6 in the morning,
right? If you are super sensitive to EMF, anyways, it can cause physical reactions. So, just a note there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the EMF detectors that we use in the field. Though there are apps that can call themselves EMF.
Those
apps.
are the ones we tested.
Yeah, and they're crap.
Yeah, Miranda and I tested the EMF ones.
Yeah. You can't just turn a phone into an EMF detector. It wasn't built for that.
It can set them off.
Now, if there was an attachment with a program that you could put on your, like the FLIR attachment, or
I should talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into cameras next.
Ooh, cameras,
which we don't use a whole lot of. that pretty much closes out the EMF portion of the
show, the
discussion of equipment that we employ in investigation. Let's talk about cameras.
Cameras, right?
Cameras.
Everybody's got a camera, right?
Yeah, I mean, anything from point and click digital cameras, just the old fashioned disposable digital cameras.
I remember those.
Yeah. The only issue with cameras, well, the big issue with cameras, it's so easy to get false positives.
Yes.
Dust orbs. You guys want to get into that discussion again?
Then there's a bunch of orbs outside right now. They're just floating around.
Yeah. just all over the place.
They're white.
It's a literal spirit storm outside.
Yes.
Cold spot everywhere. Just a massive cold spot.
Yes.
How you doing, Michael? Thanks for joining the show.
I'm fine.
Not you, Michael.
No.
Not Michael.
Not precious.
Not the precious. But yeah, so cameras. There's still shot cameras.
I'll show. I can at least show on this.
Right.
I can't connect it, but
people ask me what kind of camera I use. We don't really do a whole lot of still shot footage anymore. It's cool if you're like just documenting. Like I could see like in a residential case, where you're trying to like almost storyboard a location and plan your investigation to where you want to work and how you want to do it. Just to remember how things look in the daytime before you go in at night, which is another story for a different day. What kind of camera do I use? I don't use a still shot camera anymore. If I do any video recording in the dark, you starting at my orange boy? I'm assuming, I don't know who that is. It's either Dave or Adam. Show yourselves.
Neither one of them has the guts to show up in this studio.
Right?
Well, Adam has.
Yeah, we're starting on orbs.
Are we?
Yeah. But cameras, it really, again, another thing you don't have to break the bank on if you're just trying to record an investigation and document whatever kind of activity you're trying to experience or record. My camera is kind of like midline expense. You don't have to spend that much money. This is a Sony SR11. It's a 1080 HD. It's not 4K, so it's probably a lot cheaper on eBay now.
Yep.
Just a Sony high definition camcorder. I'm actually gonna eventually get a wide angle lens for it, so I can get a wider view in the shot. It's got night shot, so it's night vision by itself. But then I have the illuminator. It's actually a Sony illuminator. It works really well. It's the best one I've had so far. There are other kinds. Deadlight is a great one. The gentleman Josh Bender, who's a fan of the show and good friends with Justin Brown, they build the Deadlight IR illuminator, and it works wonders. I've heard great things about it. I'm gonna eventually purchase one and try it out. But again, you don't have to break the bank. They sell cheap cameras that have night shot or IR vision, on any of the ghost hunting websites. If you just want to record. Again, it's really about documentation. If you happen to capture something, some kind of spirit activity, awesome. Just be careful on what you're calling spirit activity.
Everything is spirit activity.
He's really just here to say the exact opposite or contradict everything that I say. Ron Abels, hello.
And here is the Seek thermal.
Yes, that is a Seek XR thermal attachment for your camera.
No, that doesn't fit onto this phone. I probably have to get either a connector, adapter, or this fits on my S7. And they have them for Apple. They have them for Android. This is Android, but it works really well. It does do a good job.
Yeah. So it's a thermal imaging camera. It shows everything in different stages of light or heat signature.
Yep. And it works. It does work really well. This was expensive. I mean, it was like $200 some.
Yeah. So I don't know how much it costs now on Amazon, but at the time that was a couple, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I bought it. It was like $200 on Amazon, which when you compare it to like a FLIR,
or thousands.
Yeah.
FLIR.
But they do make a FLIR attachment as well for cameras now, or for your phone now. I'm not really sure how expensive those get, but
this did work. This works really well. I have to charge up my other phone to use it unless I get the attachment, but adapter. But it did work well. It's got a little bit of a dead spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's always there, but I tried to clean off the lens, and it just must be there.
Right.
But it comes in a nice carrying case.
Yeah. Well, that's always a bonus.
Well, I would have lost it by now.
Hello, Laura Holmes.
Oh, Michael said Seek is better than Fleur.
I've seen the actual FLIR device. I haven't seen anybody use the
As far as
actual
charging.
attachments. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm.
But yeah, I like that. I mean, you can actually set the temperature range too.
Yeah.
So like if it's a hot day and you're in a hot, you're already in a hot location, like you're in an abandoned prison or whatever, and it's like 90 degrees. I guess if you set it below that.
Yeah, you can. All right. If I were to read the instruction manual, I'm sure it'll show me how to do that. But you can. I know you can. You can set it different way, like different temperatures, and you have different color. Like you can change it to like different colors that will, and you like it gives you a nice little bar that tells you what somebody knocking.
What's that?
I thought somebody was knocking.
I don't know.
It might be you. That was your phone.
Okay.
But it works. It does work very well, and it's easy to carry. It's just on your cell
compact.
phone.
Yeah. So I mean, for camera, holy shit, dude! Wow.
What's up?
I told you I heard knocking.
Yeah. All right.
You said to come. Here I am.
Yeah, there you are, buddy. We got Sean here. I have to adjust the camera so you can get on.
You don't need to be on.
Get your mic potted up.
Ooh, you guys doing a session?
We will be.
Yeah, we're gonna do investigation session.
I got here just in time.
Yeah,
You did.
here at about what time is it?
Almost.
It's
after
8:55
break-in.
now. We're gonna take a break here in about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll let you guys loose, and I'll run it up here. But yeah, so that's some of the camera equipment that we use. Give me 1 second.
This should be interesting.
I don't know what I look like, but hi, everybody.
Here we go. No, you can't see me.
The advantage of living not too far away.
Right?
You
How are the
said-
roads?
They're not bad.
Oh,
They've
okay.
cleared up all
All right, good.
So no snow day tomorrow. Yeah.
Hey, Bigley. So many watch parties.
Hold on 1
Right.
second, guys. We're doing some reach situating. Can you move that monitor, Mike?
Uh-oh. I can move. We don't have to-
Sean.
Actually, you can move like that way and move the microphones.
I can do that. That's fine. No big deal.
Cool, that'll work.
I just came in and disturbed everything.
No, it's cool, man. It's good to see you.
I was watching, and I said, I should be there. He said, you should come.
There you go.
So I finished the project I was working on with my kids, and
Nice.
now I'm here.
Cool. Thanks for coming in,
No
bud.
problem. No problem. Yeah, tomorrow's V-Day. We were making V-Day boxes.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
This is.
What's up?
Mike said there's so many watch parties. He had to find the official one.
Oh,
They have different chats.
Yeah.
If anybody could figure it out, Bigley, you'd be the one, man.
You're the man.
If you guys don't know Mike Bigley, if Mike Bigley believes it, it's true.
Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah, for sure.
my phone doesn't want to load my feed on the RU Media's channel. I was having trouble with StreamYard.
What's that?
Cutting out. Oh, on my show yesterday,
Yeah.
StreamYard was cutting out on me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we have Sean in here now. Sean Gilmore, member of Dark Alley Paranormal and co-host with Zarina Crow on Into the Abyss podcast. Good to see. It's his birthday week, so he's off. Was able to come in.
Thanks. Yeah, tomorrow's actually my birthday, so I'm on vacation.
Happy birthday, Eve.
It's Sarah's birthday too tomorrow.
Is it really?
Mhm.
Sarah, if you're listening, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
See,
Fellow
Bigley said
V-Day person.
That studio is haunted for sure.
So cool. We got Sean in here now. We were talking about cameras. Again, I don't think you have to break the bank to get a decent camera if you're just recording, documenting and investigations. A lot of people are into live streaming now, using their phones. And there are different attachments where you can stream IR through your phone. That's something that we're still figuring out. Sometimes We go to locations where the stream or the Wi-Fi is horrible, or there's no Wi-Fi, period. So it's hard to really get you guys into our investigations with us, but something we're working out.
You're
But
not missing much.
there are different devices and different types of attachments or cameras that will, put out live streams. They are a little bit more pricey usually because all the ghost hunters want them. And any kind of device that comes out that's popular or a fad in the ghost hunting industry or what a ghost hunting field will automatically, especially if it's shown on a show like the music box. There's a music box that detects movement and it will start playing. It's been on Destination Fear. That's like $300-$400 now. You can't get it cheap. But as far as cameras, you can pretty much, some of the lower grade Sonys, there's different, off brands that'll shoot 1080p.
You can get a phony.
A phony.
I've actually seen some pretty decent cameras on Amazon for like 100, 150. You can get a whole set it'll come with an IR light and even an external mic.
Oh, nice.
Everything. Literally, I mean, no more than $200.
Yeah.
And of course, with Prime, then you don't have any shipping. But I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I agree. You don't need anything fancy unless you are filming like a documentary. Then you probably would want something a little bit more fancy.
Right.
But
Bigley, I'm going to agree with you because I saw an orb there with my own eyes. It was light, not through a camera, not through anything.
Right.
And it was at the Twin City Opera House. It was in the basement.
Interesting. So yeah, I guess if you're talking orbs, we were talking camera. Orbs caught on camera.
Well, because orbs and cameras go together.
Right. And we've seen some still pictures that a good example of that was when we were at the Kent Paranormal Weekend. That lady who brought those pictures of orbs that her kids caught on their cell phone.
3 different cameras.
3 different cameras, 3 different cell phones. It was at the National Cemetery
Arlington.
in Arlington. These bright blue little orbs. And all I could say is they remind me of, I don't know if you've seen Brave, the Disney Pixar movie.
Nope.
It was about Merida, the princess who was to be queen, set in Scotland.
Sounds like the story of my life.
They're called wisps.
yeah.
Little bright blue, almost burning looking blue flame orbs. It was crazy because they were by some of the they're just like in the walkways. They're not really even by graves.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting. Her kids, her students were like amazed by this, and she just wanted to get our take. And that's probably the only time somebody has brought an orb picture to me that I could not figure out.
Yeah. So here's what's going to happen. If you bring an orb picture to me, I'm going to like, oh, looks interesting. Show Ray.
That's exactly what he did too. This lady comes up to me. She's like, "Oh yeah, I talked to your co-lead
But this was a
investigator,
real
Michael,
one. I
up there."
wanted him to see.
Yeah. He's like, he told me to come down and show this to you. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I was immediately like, you ever.
Because usually,
but I'm glad he did because it was amazing pictures. I mean, I never seen anything like that in my
no,
life.
I have never either.
And this is in broad daylight. This wasn't even in.
No night. It was
so
broad
it wasn't.
daylight.
Yeah, it wasn't like any kind of weird reflection.
And now, if there would have been just one camera, one person, I'd be like, oh, maybe that was something on their lens or something.
Right.
But the fact that it was 3 different cameras, 3 different shots.
Right. I have a watch party going on my personal page, my personal profile page. Adrienne Hart said she has cameras that cost $224 and $25 for the microphones. She loves it. It's so awesome. And it's really just about getting something that you like to use, something that suits your needs.
The Columbus group, since Bigley's on here, they've used one of those plasma balls.
Yeah.
To see if and they've gotten where somebody has touched it.
Oh,
It was
cool.
at the old Licking County Jail.
Yeah.
I've seen the video for it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we don't really have a whole lot of that kind of stuff. We don't have like the periscope, which catches the static electricity.
I have one.
You have one, so now we
Not
do
the
have one.
360. I don't
Well,
have
you still have
360,
one though,
but I
right? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't have plasma balls.
It just
I would
lights up
play
if
with
there's
them
like
the
a
whole
static
time.
charge in the air,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And it's really cool. We've seen it work before.
When those go off, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So for me, that is more. I don't know. To have static electricity set off a piece of equipment to me is more intriguing
Right.
than EMFs because EMFs are everywhere.
Right.
So,
Right.
That one time was awesome, though, Bigley.
Oh, I can hear my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do I hear us talking?
It's ghosts.
Sorry about that, guys. Finally got it up. It took me that long.
It's the ghost show. I love that.
What's that?
Play the balls worked one time out of 100. That's the way everything is.
Yeah.
Recommend the $5
Yeah.
model from Five Below.
Right.
We can't bring those on our investigations because I would be too enthralled with just playing with the plasma ball and forgot that I was at a place that I was trying to find ghosts. I'm very easily distractible if you guys haven't figured this out yet.
Oh, we figured it out.
I can relate. I mean, sometimes my show ends up going like 2-4 hours.
Yeah.
I the one with Adam Kimmel went on literally for 4 hours.
Oh yeah, dude. I went to bed.
Yeah.
It was like 10,
Went to bed. You woke
10
up.
o'clock.
and
I
we're
woke up and you're still talking. I'm like,
Right.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a hard time like dragging out 2 hours, let alone 4.
It's just so much interesting stuff. And with me, I can talk paranormal all day, all night. So
Right.
and then I'll try
Like
and
towards your phone. There you go.
and then I'll try and like end the show.
Yeah.
But then something else comes up, and then
Yeah,
next thing I know,
yeah.
or we're talking for another half hour. It's like, oh, no, it goes by so fast.
The drop phrase you guys were using down the rabbit hole, and you were going down quite a few rabbit holes that
Yeah,
night.
yeah, we were.
Squirrel.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, well, last night, I had Joe from Paranormal Oddity.
Yeah. Good guy. Really cool guy.
And then at the end, he's like, hey, Tim Shaw's here. I'm like, will he come on? So next thing I know, we're on. For
We've had
another
Tim
hour.
Shaw, and he's a great interview, man.
Yeah. He's gonna come on
Yeah.
my show, so we have just him and man, it's just that hour that he came on. That was a blast.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. A lot of good energy coming off him.
We've used the Xbox camera.
Yeah, I do have the Xbox camera. I don't have the fancy setup with the grip holder and the tablet. I actually still just hook it up to my computer, so it's like a static camera. So I can only set it up if I have electricity. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but we've gotten some interesting hits on it.
It is. We're a little bit unsure too about some of the stuff with the Xbox camera because it can throw off some false.
Yeah, it definitely.
Because you were explaining that was the last show, or were you explaining? Oh, you were explaining that at Madison. We were doing the flashlight tours.
Yeah, it can show some false positives. It can take, if it gets the right angle on a door or a corner of something, it will show what looks like a figure, and you have to be very careful. Now, when we were at Madison setting it up for a public event and pointing it in the middle of the robe, and a small figure shows up that actually was a full like stick figure.
Yeah.
That was actually reaching towards Maddie, who was still in Sarah's room at the time, and like trying to. And when I went in the middle, it caught my figure. The little figure was still there, and it was about yay high on me.
Yeah,
it was definitely child height.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was like trying to, because we'd never used it before, and we had like pieces of equipment laying around, so I didn't know if like it was causing maybe some kind of, interruption or, we don't know because we never used it before, so we're not like sure like if it interacts weird with different types of equipment. Wasn't the equipment.
Yeah.
And when I went out in the middle, actually, it looked like the small figure was reaching up towards my hand, trying to grab me. It was pretty interesting. I
like to dance in front of it.
He likes to dance in front of it. Sometimes he keeps his pants on, sometimes he takes them off.
Hey, it depends on what kind of investigation it is, man.
Yeah, right. I got Sarah's room, guys. Let's go ahead, and I need to have a dance party. But so we use the X camera. And honestly, I mean, besides this video camera, we don't really use a whole lot else. Now that we have Sean, we have some more cameras to play with. I'm sure you have cameras, right?
Well, I have, Ectovision, we would use static cameras. I have all of Ectovision's static cameras. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I have like 12 cameras.
Oh, cool.
They're all the same brand and they're older, but
Yeah.
the IR comes out there. They're still the 24 or whatever, the HD.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got 2 good static cameras.
I mean, Eric McGill is able to work magic with them, so I'm sure that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I use them for the kids shows at school too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they come out pretty good, and I have a couple GoPros.
Yeah.
I have the
like the altered ones that shoot like full spectrum and IR. Or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The one I have is oh, what is it? The one that Kathy just won.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
Think of it right now.
The GoPro for extreme ghost hunters.
But yeah, it's just like one of those sports camera, like POV cameras that you strap onto your hat or your chest, and it's widescreen. It shoots awesome video. I have one myself that I've been trying to hook up and use as my Wi-Fi full spectrum camera. We're still working on it. I'll get it working one of these days.
Hey,
but yeah.
Sean Gilmore's watching.
Hey Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, let's go.
Don on my watch party says different investigations call for different things, and you're absolutely correct. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't even use the cameras. We just kind of go with our recorders and see what happens. But
let's bring out the big boy.
The big boy. Let's talk about spirit boxes. Something we just started kind of using. The spirit boxes have been around a while. You know, some of the originals, like the Frank Sumption's box. Yeah. Frank Sumption was one of the original creators of these boxes. His are much more involved. You know, and actually, when he originally built them, he was building them to kind of.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe yes. Bigley has a question that. When you do cameras, do you prefer the setting that takes multiple shots in bursts to compare differences, or do you use different settings?
I don't mess with settings because I'm always afraid to mess up the camera.
So they must be talking about like a regular digital camera.
Yeah, they're talking about like point and shoot digital cameras.
I mean, that's great if that's what you're trying to do, right? So, but for me, I like to take it and then like kind of wait a second and then retake it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different variables and you may not get all the variables. And plus, if you hold on that button for too long, you can end up with like 100 photos.
Oh yeah,
that just fills up your memory card so fast.
Yeah,
I've done that by accident.
Yeah.
Right.
So I tend to kind of take a picture, look, and then retake it.
Yeah.
But
I'll do 3 or 4,
cameras,
like bam.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With video cameras, what I like to do, since I have the cameras to do it, I like to set up maybe 2 cameras, one so I get either get the full room, but I want to be able to. I want to use it for debunk. So I have one for capturing evidence, and then I have one for debunking. The thing is that I don't have the IR lights that Activision had. I have literally just a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I need more IR lights, and that is an investment.
Oh yeah.
Let's go steal them from Ectovision.
Eric McGill, we're coming for you.
Yes.
Meet him out in the parking lot. Hey, buddy.
Bigley said.
No, he's not going to come in a couple weeks.
Well, I know Wolver won't show his face around here. So
Wolver doesn't have the balls to show up in this studio.
They're calling you out, Wolver.
Yeah, I've been calling him out from the beginning. So Bigley, we need to get together and do some investigating.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Bring the 2 groups together again.
Yep, absolutely. We got to do that soon.
To form an army.
You got to meet some of our new members.
Of paranormal investigators.
Yeah. So let's go into spirit boxes real quick. Frank Sumption, one of the original designers, and his were more. I think from what I've read, his more were designed for like UFO, alien contact.
That makes sense.
Scanning radios, but his were so much more electrically in depth. I couldn't even tell you like how they were made, and he's only made a limited number of these things, and you can call yourself lucky if you have one. And I mean, I know a few people. I think Jeff Fent got one. Yeah. I believe he received a box from a Frank's box. One I can't remember which number it was.
Geo.
That was George Brown with the Geo box.
Oh,
I'm talking about Frank Sumption, like back in the day. He actually passed away years ago.
Yeah.
He was one of the original kind of.
I haven't seen him use that box. Jeff Fent, we need to.
Oh, Don Marie has a Frank's box. Well, you are lucky.
That's right, Bigley.
Oh, she made one. Okay. Yeah. So some people call them spirit boxes. Some people call them spirit box enhancers. I've heard spirit radios.
Black lights are great to use. Poor man's IR lights. Yep, but you might catch some other stuff in the black light that you don't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's
Don't
there's
use it in a hotel room.
there's different other styles of spirit boxes. Some people have started just hacking one of the original Radio Hack Shacks or Radio Shack hacks. Just basically cutting out a circuit to make the radio scan continuously, not stopping on a channel. So it just going through channels, and through that and through the static, spirit can, I guess, communicate with us. And it sounds weird and it kind of sounds out there, but I've used different kinds of spirit boxes. We had the SB7. I have right here, it's a newer one. It's called the S box. Ghost Stop designed this and sells it now. It's a good box. We've used it on several occasions where I would put noise canceling headphones on, so I couldn't hear anything but the box.
Yeah.
And I would be in a room by myself. Like, you would be mediating kind of between us, just watching me, make sure everything was okay.
Making sure you didn't get attacked.
And you'd have the rest of the group in a different room somewhere
Asking the question.
asking the questions. So I can't hear the questions. I'm just relaying what I'm hearing coming through the box. And we had some amazing experiences with this at Madison Seminary and at Shalersville Historical Society. We were getting direct responses to questions, but the person listening to the box doesn't know what the questions are. So that really validates the whole part of using them on investigation.
You know what? I was at a undisclosed location a couple weeks ago, and I was with Tina, and she has that same spirit box that you just got.
Yeah, the S box.
And,
yeah.
And so I was in one room and I was asking questions, and this was totally unintentional. I was in one room and I was asking questions, and I was doing my whole empath thing, feeling all of these crazy things around me, and they were getting the answers to my questions on their Xbox.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
I had no clue until I came back and they told me that.
Yeah.
So, and what sucks about my GoPros is the sound quality is horrible. So,
Oh, really?
so if you get one, make sure you can get a external mic or something for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's really hard. You'll hear yourself as long as you're on top of it.
Right.
Sound around you.
And they make a lot of different attachments for that too.
They do.
Well, they're used for
Even- I
people
think
jumping
even if
off
you get-
cliffs and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even if you get like a lavalier clip-on, like lapel clip-on microphone, you're better off than nothing else.
I think so, definitely. And I have mine kind of. So Josh Bender, he made a deadlight for mine, and mine was the first prototype to have an option so you can switch between the battery power and using a backup battery.
Oh, nice.
So I just use, like, those portable cell phone chargers.
Yeah.
So I just use one of those and I hook that up, and I can use it for the light, and I also use it for my camera. So I have a splitter that I use. Well, the new camera I got, I had to break the thing off. So it's where the cord connection is. It's underneath where the battery is.
Oh, weird.
So I literally had to rig it and break it, so now it's not waterproof anymore, guys. I can't do any underwater paranormal investigating with that.
Well, there goes
man,
the
that
Titanic. Thanks, Sean. You screwed us out of another one.
Sorry, man.
But Mike, Bigley said, oh, you got it up there. Good.
Yeah. He likes the way we're validating.
Yes.
Zoom video cam has amazing mics. Yes, it does. Obviously it's a Zoom. They're known for their mics and their recording equipment. So let's talk about spirit boxes a little bit more real quick, and then we'll take a quick break, and then we'll do a little impromptu investigating.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different types of spirit boxes. There's like spirit speakers. They're basically a box with a speaker attached to usually two different types of pedals, like guitar pedals, that filter out the white noise and kind of clean the noise coming through a hack box radio. And right here I have one of the best ones. Thank you, Jeff Fent. One of these Jensens. They're hard to get, and again, it's one of those things. If you can find one on eBay or on Amazon, they're a lot more expensive than they used to be. It's just the Jensen Sports Radio. It's a certain model. I'm not going to give it out because they're hard to find. I'll let you do your own research on that one.
Seriously, why is this freaking field so secretive?
When I was gifted it to him, he gifted it to me, and he had a hard time getting them. So
Did he say not to say anything about him?
no, I just choose not to. You can go online if you don't find.
I'm just joking, though. He can't read it, guys. He's just acting like it.
Yeah. While he's doing that,
They're so small.
I know. While he's doing that, I remember the type of GoPro I
That's
got.
right. I was just messing with
It's
you.
called Nikam.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's the guy. You want to look up Ghost Sight or Nikam. Dude, he's got some really interesting filters that you can use, and it all works under IR lighting, and it's. I've had a lot of fun and some cool experiences with it. So yeah.
Yeah, I was really jealous when Mama Santori won that. I was really booking for it. But I'm glad.
I thought
I'm glad if somebody was going to win it, it was her.
I thought I was going to get it, man.
Because we love her to
I
death.
was hoping for my second one. I bought mine. He was at OSR at the Parapsychon,
Oh, yeah?
hosted by Tri-C.
Okay.
And his table wasn't far from ours. I was
Yeah.
walking by his table, and he had this display. I'm like,
Mhm.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, he had that the one filter on the negative filter, I think is what it's called. So it looks like literally like a negative film, but for investigating it kind of gives a different look for the lighting.
Yeah.
And that's where
Yeah.
when you're looking for shadow movement and things, different types of lighting, testing different lighting for me
Right.
is really cool. So
All right.
sorry,
Cool. No,
got
you're
off
fine.
subject.
No, that's fine. Let's wrap it up real quick on this part of it because we definitely want to get to like showing, like doing a little investigation with some of this stuff. What were we gonna say?
No, I was going to say, go.
Yeah, spear boxes. Yeah, you got George Brown with the Geo boxes. You have who else? The Andre's box. Andre Wooler designs boxes, and a lot of different people are designing boxes now.
You got the Bradley box.
And obviously, if anybody follows me, and everybody knows Jeff Fent, a wonderful guy. Let me look at the box. It's a great craftsman. Unplug this so I can show the actual box up towards the camera.
Jeff Fenn is awesome.
Jeff Fent is
He
amazing.
literally puts his energy, his
He
soul
does.
into the work that he does. So it adds something extra to what he does.
Yeah, and
It's so cool.
it's really cool too because he's working on a series of old radios that he's purchased. These old, really cool looking radios, and he's turning them into spear boxes, and they're really sweet. But he put his heart and soul into this box. He gifted me just the box back during the Goose Project version 2.0 MS fundraiser a couple years ago. He brought this box. It just was bare bones, just the box. He's like, you do what you want with it. I had it for years. I couldn't figure it out. I had somebody help me. He built some internals for it. They worked sort of, not quite what I was looking for. Jeff sent like give me
calibrate it. You can never get it.
And in the meantime, Jeff Fent actually got into building the internals of these boxes. So basically, it's just there's other stuff involved, but the main two parts are the reverb and the noise cancellation guitar pedals that are in this that help filter out the white noise and just make it sound crystal clear when these voices are coming through. Really cool. Make it very easy to hear. This box is very special for me. When he took it back, I know that he's done work for, I think, Charlotte Hardin. She's got the Civil War box with an uncle or a great uncle or some family member in the past that was a member of the Civil War. And it made me think when he took this box back, I'm like, I wonder if he could put my grandpa on. My grandfather, Charles Gooseby, who was in World War II, I actually had his military picture, which was really cool. I mean, I never met the guy. He passed away when my father was a baby. So it's always kind of been, I've had this like attached, like wanting to know him more. I wanted something with his picture on it. So I asked Jeff Fent to see if he can incorporate that for me onto the box, which he did. And it's freaking amazing. First, there's the front. Okay. Just a beautiful wood cabinet made of Madison wood partially. So it's already spiritually charged coming from a haunted location. Madison wood. And it was working amazingly for us at Madison Seminary.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that. And on the side, he had laser etched a picture, the military picture of my grandfather. Freaking amazing. And then just kind of a little memorial dedication on the side for my grandfather. You can't really see it or read it, but there it is. just an amazing piece of work. And then, all the electronics on the back. I look at this and then I just immediately am like, what the hell? How do you figure this stuff out? Like, you have to know your shit. And he does. And he puts so much love and positive energy into these things. Even if it was just I feel like if it was just a brick of wood with some of those internals on it and the radio, it would work. But there it is. Great, wonderful piece. And we're going to use this real quick here in a few minutes. So we got about half an hour?
Yep.
Why don't we take a quick break? We got to figure out how we're going to broadcast this. I think I'm just going to share you guys a link and put you on through StreamYard. I'll send a link to probably yours because he won't be able to figure it out.
He speaks the truth.
So sit tight, folks. We're not going to be gone very long. Probably 10-ish minutes, 5 minutes. And then we'll be back on. I'm going to throw up a screen. Just bear with us, and we will be back soon, Crypto Heads.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. I'm leaving.
All right, Crypto Heads, we are back. All right. We're back with the Cryptic Paranormal Show. And we are going to do, I'm sending out Sean and Mike. There he is. On an investigation. Turn their mics on real quick.
We have the youth
All right. Say something.
something.
There you go. I got you. Cool. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of an investigation here in Karma Radio Studios, the Trans Ohio building here in Kent, Ohio. They are actually outside in the hallway. They have EDI device, EMF detector, geophone, and temperature gauge on the Jeff Fent spirit box. So they're going to wander around and we'll see what they can get.
Austin?
All right, let's try a little. How do you want to do this? Do we do go upstairs now?
Are the people are like working upstairs?
All right. We'll try the little experiment that we did in medicine. So
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to walk down the hall. You tell me when to stop.
I tell you when to stop? Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not too smart. So, stop. Go.
So right now
Stop.
they have the spirit box. They told whoever's with us to stop, or tell Heisenberg to stop.
Dude.
They want him to stop.
Is that good?
Mike, stop.
Sustain. Closer?
Let me know when if you guys feel anything or hear anything.
All right.
I just heard a creepy whisper.
I just heard hello.
I'm gonna put this here.
Okay.
Make sure not to turn any water on.
There you go.
And that way they don't have to worry about me. You can just talk right into that box, guys, and
And for those of you folks listening in or watching, tuning in, if you guys see or hear anything, let us know. Maybe you're gifted and are an empath or psychic. If you feel anything or see anything, let us know.
What did you use for before? Press or depress? I'm not sure.
Those just tuning in, Mike and Sean are out in the hallway here at Karma Radio Studios doing an impromptu investigation with the Jeff Fent box and an EBI device.
Which rooms are you in right now?
No.
All right. There's the men's room and then there's the ladies' room. Which room am I going to walk into right now?
Did it say dudes?
Was that a confirmation of dudes?
It may have been.
Interesting.
Ain't it? Beat it. No, I didn't shield. Where I wasn't fighting on investigating. I didn't shield. Does that matter? Oh, it's fine. I think that's what I heard.
It's fine.
Was confirming that's okay. Nothing to worry about.
We have the EDI here. Maybe.
Oh,
That might be my phone.
Yeah. It wasn't doing anything to you guys.
Let's see.
Everybody has to do that with your phones with these devices.
Also, I have learned you have to be mindful of your smartwatches.
oh, really?
They'll put out a signal. Yeah, my last investigation, I forgot to take my smartwatch off for my first part.
Gotcha.
Try to get.
Stop. If it said stop, it was in like a British accent. Coffee talk.
It's like butter.
The last time we did this, we found that one like room in the basement. Oh, that room was super creepy.
Michael, this is Sean.
Hello.
Can you tell us your name?
All you gotta do is walk up to it. I wish this had a zoom. I can't zoom on this program.
Oh, really?
I can zoom, but I don't think it zooms my camera.
Somebody on the RU Media, running the RU Media chat, just said Mike's got that porn walk.
And cool, I could see the chat on here.
Nice.
You go where?
Away?
Away.
Who, me or Mike? Or both of us? What?
I have Don Marie online wanting to know if you guys can walk down through that door at the end of the hallway.
The glass door?
Yeah.
RU Media says that Mike has the porn walk. You're gonna shake your little tush on the catwalk.
I answered that too.
Oh, you did? Nice. Oh, you did? You're damn right I did. So we're in here. Oh, they're doing some, getting a little bit of the funhouse effect here. Okay. They're doing some remodeling, it looks like. They need to. This carpet is bad. No offense. It's old. That's all.
Mike Bigley says shave and a haircut test. It's the paranormal thing.
Oh, let's do it. You have to do it. I agree. One day, I've never gotten a response. One
Yeah.
day I will have a response for this, but here we go. Can you finish this rhythm? Let me turn my light on.
For those of you tuning in on Karma Radio, we are actually.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm trying to turn on a light. I have a flashlight.
Oh, okay.
One has a light, but
Right. There you go. Those of you tuning in on Karma Radio, we're actually having a live paranormal investigation here at the studio. Excuse me.
it's creepy back here. The old bamboo wallpaper. My grandfather had this in his den.
Oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to be back here?
Yeah. Unless the ghosts stop you.
It's creepy. Okay, maybe we should get the vent box. Is that what we're gonna call it? The vent box?
That's what I call it. It seems appropriate. Or the Charles box, since that's my grandfather and he's on there. Maybe I'll call it the Charles box. There we go. Dawn Marie said her head hurts really bad now that you guys are back there.
Yeah, I've got the funhouse effect going on for sure. It's pretty faint. I don't know if it's just a residual energy.
Yeah.
There's something here.
You guys got about 5 more minutes and we got to shut it down.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's take the bed box back here. It feels. That was going off? Oh, of course. Walk away with the camera.
Every time.
Oh, wow.
So down at the end, that little blue box down at the end of the hallway is the EDI.
See the lights going off?
Yeah, I do. And there's nothing down there that should be setting up. It's been pretty quiet since you guys walked away.
That hasn't gone off at all. You guys can't even see it going off. Who's here with us?
Whoa,
Hello?
that was a response.
Is that you setting off those lights? Isn't that pretty cool how you get close to it and they light up? Where'd you go? Did you go back into the offices here?
I'm kind of keeping an eye on that.
All right. just interesting that it started going off as I was back here.
Right.
I'm just gonna sit it down on the ground there. Was this your office? Babe, did you count money back here? $100?
You still getting a weird feeling back there, Sean?
Yeah, I actually feel stronger now. Which office was yours? These are all numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's pretty cool.
Can you give us an office number? What office was yours? Let's say 7.
If I'm hearing correctly, that sounds what it said.
6, 5. There's no. Wait a minute. $205. 6. Another 6. Number 7 sounded like. Let's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4.
No 7.
No 7. It's interesting though, because 8. Are you just throwing numbers out there? You messing with me?
It's playing with you. They are playing with you, I should say.
A ghost? Did you say a ghost? Did anyone else hear that?
I heard something. That'd be interesting, man.
Is it a ghost? Is there a ghost here? I've never actually straight out asked that question before.
Well, it almost in a way seems kind of rude to ask somebody if they're a ghost, but I mean, if it's giving that information out.
Right.
Don says go into 2.
Go into 2.
Yeah.
What 2? Front 2 or back 2? Which number 2 do you work for? Or who does number 2 work for? I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, it's about that time.
Oh, here we are, number 2. And yeah,
Yep.
who's in here with me? This is what it looks like.
Huh. That's dark. I got to be honest. I'm sitting here watching the video, and it feels weird.
Oh, it feels like there's someone behind me.
Yeah.
Mind your space. I don't mean any disrespect. The EDI is going off again.
We're nowhere near it now.
Huh.
It's all the way down there at the top of the steps.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to have to wrap it. We got the Dave and Dave show coming up here right after us. So, thank you guys for walking around. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's going to wrap another episode of the Cryptic Paranormal Show, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Just to give you a quick heads up, next week we will probably be playing an older episode. We will not be in the studio live. We just have some family obligations to take care of. And then on whatever the Thursday is, I don't have a camera. Hold on. Thursday the 27th here on the Cryptic Paranormal Show, we have Dave Oliver calling in and Eric Medill coming in studio to talk about Our Haunted Minds, a new paranormal docu-series coming out on YouTube under the RU Media umbrella. So it's going to be a cool show. So tune in then. Until we meet again, my crypto heads, we will see you next time. Have a good night. And if you're out in this weather, be careful, please. If you can stay out of it, stay out of it. Stay warm. We love you guys. Spooky later, crypto heads. Hello, everyone. I'm the Goose.
And I'm Michael Bradley.
Is that what you're calling yourself tonight?
Heisenberg.
Not the Angry Kitty.
Max Braggins.
Anywho, we're the hosts of the Cryptic Paranormal Show.
On our show, we'll talk about all things paranormal except Bigfoot. He freaks me out.
Really, dude?
You know that, but I mean, I guess we could talk about him as long as I don't have to see him.
We will talk. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about all fields in the paranormal realm.
And every week, we will interview new guests, celebrities, and researchers in the field, and all our comrades in the paranormal underground.
And we aren't afraid to ask the hard questions no one else will. Our conversations are rooted in our own experiences as paranormal investigators.
So be prepared to have your minds, your opinions, and your beliefs challenged.
And let's not forget to warn them about all the tomfoolery and shenanigans. Let's just say, you might want to put the kiddos to bed before tuning in. They don't call us the paranormal shock jocks for nothing.
Do they call us that?
If they don't, they will.
So be sure to tune into the Cryptic Paranormal Show every Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on RU Media Network.
Spooky later, crypto heads.
Bye.
Shut up.